Imagine wandering down cobblestone streets where every corner feels like a living postcard where history, art, and modern life come together in the most spectacular way. That's Paris for you. Hey there, Globetrotters. Welcome back to Travel Guide Galaxy, your go-to channel for chill, in-depth journeys around the world. I'm your host, and today we're diving into the city of light itself, Paris. Before we jump in, make sure you're comfy. Maybe grab yourself a coffee or a croissant if you want to dream big. And let's explore every nook and cranny of this legendary city together. From the banks of the River Seine to the grand palaces of Versailles, we'll cover it all, so stick around. Let's go! A city built on light and history. Paris is nestled in northern France, right on the banks of the River Seine. With a population of over 12 million people, it stands at the very heart of the Île-de-France region. You've probably heard it called the City of Light, and that name goes way back to the Age of Enlightenment, when revolutionary ideas were literally changing the world. That light has never dimmed. In fact, it's what draws more than 42 million visitors each year, making Paris the most visited city on the planet. Now, you can get around Paris by metro, taxi, or bicycle. But trust me, the real magic is found on foot. Everything is pretty close together. And as you wander, it's like you're walking through a series of picture-perfect postcards. There's no better way to soak in the atmosphere. La Défense, Paris's engine room. Let's start our journey in La Défense, the modern business district just west of the city. It's packed with light, art, and sleek skyscrapers, proof that Paris isn't just about the past. It's a city designed for living, even when you're at work. At the heart of La Défense stands the Grande Arch, a massive, futuristic structure that frames the sky and mirrors the more classical arches deeper in the city. This point marks the beginning of Paris's famous historic axis, a straight, 6-mile line that links La Défense to the city's grand past. Follow this axis eastward, and you'll soon find yourself at the next iconic landmark, Arc de Triomphe and the Champs-Élysées. Rising from the center of Place Charles de Gaulle is the Arc de Triomphe, built by Napoleon himself. From the top of this monument, you get jaw-dropping views of the 12 grand avenues that spread out around it like the spokes of a star. It's an unforgettable sight, one of those moments you'll want to savor. From the Arc, you step onto the world-famous Champs-Élysées, which continues along that historic axis. Picture a grand boulevard where Parisians come to dine, shop, catch a show, or simply celebrate life. As you stroll down, the street gradually gives way to manicured gardens and stately buildings, finally opening into the Place de la Concorde, the largest square in Paris. The Louvre and Centre Pompidou. Just a short walk from Place de la Concorde is the Musée du Louvre. This building was once a 14th century palace, but today it's the most visited art gallery in the world. Inside, you'll find over 35,000 artworks, including the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. Though fair warning, the collection is massive, and you won't be able to take it all in during one visit. Plan ahead, decide what you really want to see, and give yourself plenty of time to wander. Not far from the Louvre stands the Centre Pompidou, home to the largest collection of modern art in Europe. Its outside is so radically different: steel pipes and colorful ducks. It still feeds endless debate among Parisians. Is it pure genius or a madman's dream? You decide when you see it in person. Notre Dame Cathedral on Isle de la Cité. Let's head back to the Seine for a moment. On a natural island in the river, known as Isle de la Cité, sits the Notre Dame Cathedral. Completed in 1345, this Gothic masterpiece, complete with flying buttresses and sculpted gargoyles, has borne witness to some of France's most defining moments. For centuries, it's been at the very center of Parisian history and literature. And to this day, it symbolizes the resilience and spirit of the city. Gardens and relaxation. Luxembourg Gardens. Parisians take joie de vivre seriously, which means they know how to chill. One of the best places to experience this laid-back side of the city is the Luxembourg Gardens. Picture yourself grabbing a deck by the Grand Basin, surrounded by fruit groves, more than 100 statues and dozens of fountains. It's the perfect spot to catch your breath and just people watch French style. The Eiffel Tower. Paris's icon. Now, let's get to the big one. The Eiffel Tower, or as locals call her, the Iron Lady. She looms over Paris and can be spotted from virtually anywhere in the city. But trust me, no amount of photos or postcards can prepare you for that first moment when you're standing at her feet, looking up. And when you make it to the top, those panoramic views of Paris are the kind of thing you'll carry with you forever. Montmartre and Sacré-Cœur. Looking north from the Eiffel Tower, you'll see Montmartre rising up the hillside. This neighborhood was once the beating heart of Parisian art and bohemian life. Twisting streets and narrow lanes once played host to legends like Picasso, Dali, and Van Gogh. Today, it's still the perfect place to wander aimlessly, discover hidden cafes, and soak up that artistic vibe. If you keep heading uphill, you'll eventually reach Sacré-Cœur Basilica, Montmartre's gleaming white crown. Perched atop the hill, it gives you yet another stunning vantage point over the city. A quiet interlude. Père Lachaise Cemetery. Ready for a quieter, more reflective side of Paris? Step through the gates of the Cimetière du Père Lachaise. Here, among the peaceful chirping of birds, you can pay your respects to the likes of Jim Morrison, Oscar Wilde, and other luminaries who've made Paris their final resting place. It's a serene, almost otherworldly experience, one that reminds you of the many stories Paris holds. Day trip. The Palace of Versailles. Just a half-hour train ride. Yes, really half an hour. From central Paris is the Palace of Versailles. Once a day's coach journey, it's now super easy to visit. This 17th century chateau welcomes everyone, from heads of state to backpackers. As you wander its opulent halls, stroll its perfectly manicured gardens, and gaze into the Hall of Mirrors, you'll feel like royalty for the day. It's truly a must-see. Cruising the Seine and iconic bridges. Back in Paris proper, the River Seine splits the city into two sides, the left bank and the right bank. Of the 37 bridges that span this iconic river, Pont Alexander III is often hailed as the most ornately decorated. Think gilded statues, Art Nouveau lamps, and intricate ironwork. Then there's the Pont des Arts, a more understated but incredibly romantic footbridge. Here, artists and photographers often gather to capture the changing light over the water, and couples lock padlocks onto the railing as a symbol of their love, proclaiming, "This is Paris, now we are Paris too." Wrapping up our Parisian adventure. So there you have it, a complete stroll through Paris, from La Défense's modern skyline all the way to Versailles' gilded halls. We covered everything. The City of Light's origins, the historic Axis, the Arc de Triomphe, the Champs-Élysées, the Louvre, Centre Pompidou, Notre Dame, Luxembourg Gardens, the Eiffel Tower, Montmartre, Sacré-Cœur, Père Lachaise Cemetery, and the many bridges of the Seine. Every corner of this city is brimming with history, art, and that unmistakable Parisian, je ne sais quoi. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Paris as much as I did guiding you through it. If you're planning a trip, jot down these spots, you'll want to see them all. And if you're just armchair traveling today, I hope this helped you dream a little bigger about your next adventure. Thanks so much for tuning in to Travel Guide Galaxy. If you loved this deep dive into Paris, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment below with your favorite Parisian landmark, or a spot I might have missed. And of course, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a worldly journey. Until next time. Keep exploring and keep it chill. A bean tit.